Hey, internet bestie. You're gonna want to buckle your seatbelts for this one. So, an Irish news outlet recently published an article about a new high-tech tampon that's coming to shelves next year. Is your mind spinning? Mine surely was. This new high-tech invention that was developed by the British government, funded by the British government, not developed, is a hybrid between a high-tech tampon and a smart menstrual cup. It combines high-tech biosensors with an app. It's made of leak-proof silicone and supposedly able to alert you not just of early signs of disease, but also when it needs to be empty. And it does all of this while measuring a bunch of different biomarkers in your blood. It's called the M. And this is what it looks like. Okay, really quickly, we need to do a pulse check. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling about this. Are you nervous? Are you excited? Is it terrifying to you? Just what are your thoughts hearing this for the first time? Are you wanting to try it? Are you like, hells to the no, never putting that thing inside of me? Let me know below in the comments. Now let's dive into this high-tech tampon. And you see I'm using air quotes here because, as I mentioned earlier, it's a hybrid between a high-tech tampon and a smart menstrual cup. The reason I keep saying high-tech tampon is because that's what the Irish publication called it. It's very much a smart menstrual cup that looks very much and acts very much like a tampon. Allow me to explain. The reason I personally think it leans more towards a smart menstrual cup than a high-tech tampon is because, like a menstrual cup, it actually collects your blood rather than absorbing it like a tampon would. It's also made of silicone and reusable like a menstrual cup. However, it looks very much like a tampon, and it also has an applicator like a tampon as well. So I'm going to continue calling it a high-tech tampon-like smart menstrual cup. It's all the things. And like a menstrual cup, it can be used for many years. This one specifically says it can be used for up to 3 years, and it says that it replaces 1,000 tampons. Now, you know I had to do the math on this, because Virgo. So at 1,000 tampons saved, it works out to be just under 28 tampons used per month. So if you have a 6-day period, that works out to be just over 4 tampons used a day. And if you have a 5-day period, that works out to be just over 5. In fact, it's like 5.5 tampons per day. And I mean, 4 to 5 changes per day makes sense, especially when you're considering the recommendation of changing a tampon every 4 to 6 hours, but definitely keeping in no longer than 8 hours at a time. So I'd say it's a good estimate. Now let's get into this app. The product isn't being released until 2024, so there isn't a whole lot to look at on the website, but there is a short little clip, 1.5 seconds in fact, of the app itself. And I screen recorded it and took a screenshot so we can dive into it. So it has your traditional period app markers like tracking your pain and cramps and mood and sleep, but it also has some more things in there. It tracks your flow changes and provides you analytics and information. It also does a few more things like monitor your volume, your flow rate, your regularity, and your cycle length. And honestly, that's some pretty insightful information to know. And there was one smart cup that never launched, or at least it hasn't launched yet, called the Loon Cup, Loon Cup. And they did a Kickstarter about 4 years ago, but it never made it to market, at least not yet. But that's neither here or there. This one's being launched by the British government, so it has a high likelihood that it's gonna happen. So let's dive into my concerns next, and then end on a good note where I'll share some of the possible upsides and potential benefits I see from this. My obvious first concern is data and privacy. In any event, the British government recently introduced the Data Protection and Digital Information Bill back in July 2022 with an aim to maintain high data protection standards. And for what it's worth, on the website does say the app will never give your personally identifiable information and it's private from day one. It's pretty vague, but that's understandable considering they don't launch until next year. So I'm really curious to see how the data is going to be used, stored, and safeguarded with the M. My next concern is more so to do with the physical side effects, if any. Like, I want to know what level of detectable electromagnetic radiation, also known as EMF, is emitted from this device. And also, to what extent have the impacts been studied? And for what length of time? And I know someone out there is going to be listening to this and be like, well, we use devices that emit EMFs all the time, which is true. We have smartwatches, we have cell phones, so that's accurate. And technically, this type of technology is used in bodies today for monitoring things like glucose and blood pressure, but they're not continuously in your vagina. I just want to know if it's been tested, and I'm sure it has because you need to test stuff before you put it out, but more so to what degree. Because here's the thing, as you likely know, our skin is our body's largest organ, and our skin down there, our vulva skin, is even more permeable than our skin on, let's say, our arm. And this device will be bypassing the vulva and actually going inside of the vagina each and every month for a week at a time. Now it's going to be made out of silicone, and I'm going to make the assumption that it's 100% medical grade silicone, which I don't have a problem with. My problem, or my concern more so, has more to do with the biosensors that will be inside of the silicone that's going to be corresponding with the app. Now, I went into a whole rabbit hole after learning about this invention. I started looking at studies, seeing the research that's been already done that correlate EMFs to cancer. And honestly, I got a headache from looking at all of it. Like the 2-year study the National Toxicology program conducted on mice over 2 decades ago, studying the correlation between EMFs and 2G and 3G cell phones. And we've come a long way since then. So I'm going to save you the boredom I endured and give you the briefest breakdown possible. There was substantial evidence linking EMFs to tumor growth and DNA damage. And if you want to read it yourself, Godspeed. I'll link it below in the description. Okay, let's move on. My next concern was the cases this high-tech tampon smart menstrual cup-like device came in. So the pictures on the M's website is the M coming in this really cute, almost AirPod-like case. And while cute, my concern is that I didn't see from the prototype pictures that were shown any breathable space. And with the menstrual cup, you need to be able to store it in a place where it can dry completely and remain clean, which the FDA, by the way, recommends that it be. It doesn't look breathable, like our best period case. You see, while it protects it, it also has the holes underneath that allow it to breathe, and it has 3 holes that allow it to sit off the counter as well, keeping it clean. So while that AirPod-like case is cute, it's given very impractical and potentially a major issue. Hey there, editing me here. 2 more concerns that I want to add in this little section here. First one is capacity. It doesn't look like it can hold that much. And the second is, I'm curious about the pricing because it comes with a UV cleaner and it has all this tech. I'm going to imagine it's going to be more than the traditional menstrual cup, maybe even double. So that may also be a concern for some people. Okay, so this got grim kind of fast. So let's get into some of the upsides of all of this. While there are a number of concerns, it's not all bleak. And who knows, maybe they've already considered this and are already addressing these concerns. I'm sure there's tons of smart people there. So I know one of my concerns about this high-tech tampon-like smart menstrual cup, the M, was the data it collects and the information. However, the data that it is collecting is quite helpful. Tracking your flow and volume rate, which I'm assuming means how fast it comes out, your length and regularity is actually something good for you to know. Because many people say they have a heavy flow or they have a light flow, but what are you really comparing it against? What is your measuring stick? I would assume this AI is programmed to know the healthy ranges and it would alert you if something is outside of that healthy range. Which means you could go and get immediate attention should you need to. It's often said that our periods are our body's best report card. By the way, I did an entire video about common period symptoms that are not normal. You should check it out here. Another upside of this is that it's reusable, which means that users aren't going to be contributing to the many billions of one-time use menstrual products that end up in landfills each and every year. In fact, by their estimation, 1,000 one-time use menstrual products. Unless they buy another one in 3 years, and then it could be 2,000. And then after the next 3 years, it could be 3,000. So it can add up fast. And because it's silicone, even after those 3 years, you do have the option of torching it, which would turn it into ash rather than throwing it into the landfills with the rest. And I mean, even if someone were to, you shouldn't, but even if they were to, that's 1 rather than 1,000. So even when you're looking at it that way, it's still better for the environment. Another upside of this device is that it comes with a cleaner and an applicator, which is super convenient. It also means that more people will be familiar with the look of it and more likely to try it, which means less one-time use menstrual products being used. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't intrigued by this. Still, a bunch of question marks for me. But I am intrigued. I'd be down to learn more and even work with them on improvements. I don't know how that'll work with my own brand, but I'll be down to figure it out. Like I said, I'm intrigued. While I no longer live in Bermuda, I am a Bermudian, and Bermuda is a British overseas territory. As a result, I have a UK passport as well, so what's up, MT? Alright, I'm done. If you enjoyed this video and love learning things about your body, periods, and menstrual products, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. I post videos like this all the time. And also recently been posting a lot of YouTube shorts. Anyway, subscribe. Okay, bye. It's made of leak-proof silicone. Like, why can't you say that? I need to add this note real quick. Oh no. Is that hiccups? I can't have hiccups. I'm a whole adult. Digital data protection and information bill. Data protection and information bill. Data protection and information bill. National Toxicology. National Toxicology. Let's try this again. The shrinkage in my hair is so crazy when I wash it. Like honestly. Like why you just gonna say that? Why?